Hello everybody. Today is a special day. Doesn't come around too often here, but we have our Ayam Cemani chicks hatching. There's a few incubators worth of eggs in here. I just move them all into one as they start hatching. And here they are. The black-fleshed, black-boned, well, darker fleshed, black-skinned, black feather chickens. These guys just hatched, and there's quite a few more hatching. Watch out, JJ. It's my son. And these are pretty cool little chickens, even if you don't want them for their darker pigments. They're pretty good egg layers. They're very beautiful chickens. When they mature, they get a lovely iridescence to them. And they're pretty scrappy. They take care of themselves fairly well, but they're not aggressive, so that's nice. They can be a little flighty, but if you work with them or you're around them often, they calm down and they're not aggressive at all. These particular ones we've been working with for years, and I've added to them so many times fresh genetics from all different lines. And we call this our MECA line, meat, eggs, color, and all around awesomeness. Right. But I've raised chickens my entire life, and I've had these guys about 10 years. They're a little more common today. Still just as expensive though, if not by much. But they're worth getting. They do lay large tan eggs, as you can see. And of course they're black, that's why everybody wants them. Now, most of them aren't the best for meat. They can be a little scrawny, but we're working on the size and the egg laying. A good hen right now will lay maybe 60, 70 eggs a year. Some of them can be very seasonal, but we're working on going into the hundreds there, and we've done pretty well with it. Some of our best hens will lay about 150 eggs. And what's interesting about these is that the color is not as cut and dry as people like to say. There are some recessive elements, there are some dominant elements in the genes there. But we've actually had some lines that we cross and you get leucistic chickens. That's a pure white chicken with blue eyes. It's not albino. Leucistic. If you don't know what that is. But they are amazing chickens. Some of the pictures you see on the internet, you'll see a jet black rooster with a comb that's as black as night. And if you want to know the truth, that's a flat out lie most of the time. When they're younger, they can have super black combs, but as they mature and the blood flow gets going, you're always going to have a more reddish comb. So don't fall for the lies a lot of people put out there that they're supposed to be black as night with no red on them. That's a flat out lie. Rooster combs, just by physiology, are filled with blood, so they turn you know, pretty red. The black coloration too is extremely variable depending on what line you get and if they've been outcrossed with anything. The pictures you see of jet black flesh and jet black skin are actually pretty rare and hard to find. It just doesn't happen. If you do find it, it's easy to pass along. The hens pass on the best coloration, not the roosters. It's very maternal. You know, the meaning down the maternal line with the hens. If you want really dark chickens, you got to find the darkest hens, and they pass that color on very well. But even if you've got jet black hens and a jet black rooster, you can still get the occasional chicks that come out lighter, or with whiter toes, or with lighter flesh. It's very difficult to pin down that extreme dark coloration because undoubtedly there's several factors playing into that coloration, not just single genes. Seems to be quite a bit going on, so it makes these guys very interesting if you're into chicken breeding, which I actually am. I love breeding my chickens and seeing what colors we're going to get. And these Ayam Cemani are extremely interesting in that regard. This batch, they're pure, 100% pure, even if there are a few mixed different lines. But I also have a batch hatching that I'm working on getting them to lay blue eggs. Yes. And here is actually that incubator. You can see in there, covered in dust. These should be hatching any second now. Those are actually blue eggs. And that is a new project we've just recently started working on. Taking some of our darkest roosters and crossing them with blue egg layers. Interestingly enough, we've been getting some fairly dark fleshed chickens, but the egg colors a bit difficult to pin down. That blue coloration doesn't come through so easily. But these guys, we're going to go stick them in a tub with the other ones that have hatched. You can see they're fairly good sized little chicks. There they are. Jet black little toes. I don't know if you can see those. Right there. Jet black. Oh, getting the screenshot there. Focus. There's one of the little legs. Can you see them? Right there. Black little chicken toes. So let's pick these guys up. There's one hatching right now. And we're going to go put them in their tub. And we're back with the little chicks in their little nursery tub. Get a good shot of them there. These guys are maybe an hour old. And they're very vigorous little chicks. They always are, these guys. They don't have any issue taking care of themselves or surviving on their own. And they grow really fast. It's one of the faster growing breeds that I have, actually. But they are fairly large. You saw them in my hand there. And we've worked for a while on getting some size on them. And we've done pretty well. You know, the hens easily get to 5+ pounds on us now. And the roosters about 2 pounds more. So they've gotten quite a bit of size, which your average Cemani, if you just go and buy it from anywhere, they can be pretty scrawny, especially the roosters. Some of them max out at maybe 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, and they're very lanky. But that's one of the things we've worked pretty hard on doing, is increasing the size of these guys, along with the egg laying and of course the color. Out of all of them, the color has by far been the hardest. Sometimes there just doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. You think you've got the darkest ones going, you're breeding them, and then nope. I mean, you're just getting not the darkest. Doesn't seem to add up sometimes. So they've definitely got some complex genetics going on, which is extremely interesting. But yeah, these are our MECA line, as we call them. Meat, eggs, color, and whatever you want. Adaptability, awesomeness. Yeah, Ayam Cemani black chickens. But if you're into chickens, they're definitely a breed you should have. They're beautiful. They're good layers. Just find a good line. And their temperament is very good. I'd say they're in the middle. If you're with your chickens every day, they're definitely much calmer, but they're by no means aggressive. And they can settle down really easily with just casual, casually being around them, feeding them. But yeah, we've worked with these guys so long, and they are an amazing chicken breed. Still pretty rare, but you can find, if you're not super interested in the blackest you can find some cheap ones out there. Oftentimes they're outcrossed with other breeds. But if you want some good ones, maybe look in our line, T.Farms MECA line. I'm not going to make any extraordinary claims about them, but we have selected heavily for quite a while to get the darkest color and the largest chickens with the best egg laying. And if you just go buy them from anybody, that is extremely variable. There's just so much variation when you go and buy these. Even some of the better known bloodlines that everybody wants to buy, I can tell you right now, which I've bought all of them, don't fall for the price. Just because they're expensive doesn't mean crap, trust me. And a lot of people are flat out lying to you if they're telling you, oh, it's got to have the blackest throat and the blackest cloaca. That's just not true. The blackest comb. If there's any red or any white, they're not pure and they're not worth it. That's not true at all. Even our roosters, which we have some of the darkest roosters you're going to find anywhere. I'll make another video on them. And they, unfortunately, constantly can pass on much lighter offspring. Which is how we came to realize that It's definitely the hens that pass on your darkest coloration. But even then, like I said, these genetics can be so complex that you can breed the same rooster and hen over and over again, and then one hatch get something completely unexpected. But yeah, filming these little guys, as you can see, they're not even an hour old, and they're everywhere. Like I said, very vigorous chickens, very scrappy. Even if you don't want them for their color, they're just an overall amazing breed. And they are beautiful regardless. So, this video is probably getting a little long, but go and get yourself some Ayam Cemani chicken, guys. They are definitely worth it in my opinion. And yes, they do have black bones. The flesh color can vary some. Some have lighter flesh than others. They do have black skin. And like I said, the flesh can be from grayish with black splotches in it to very black, like you can see on the internet in some cases. But it just depends. And they taste just like chicken, so don't worry. There's no off taste to them or anything. But it is pretty cool, you know, to be grilling black chicken thighs or something, trust me. There you go. I'm going to let you guys go. If you're curious, get hold of me. I do sell hatching eggs and chicks when we have them. That's T.Farms MECA line. I do sell online, but you know, I charge quite a bit. You never know. Maybe you can pick some up for me. Or from me. Do me a favor, if you like my black chickens, you know, big black roosters, you guys like those? Like and subscribe. And I'll do some more videos of my larger flock and maybe, just maybe, show off some of my big black roosters. You guys will like that, won't you? Big black roosters. Don't we all like big black roosters? Whoa, okay. T.Farms, Ayam Cemani chickens. This is our line we've been working with for years, called the MECA line. See you later, guys. Enjoy the little peepers. They're done now. They showed off enough for you guys. Look at them already going. See you later.